this wine a little bit over the hill, or did it just need a little time to come into its own? Because a little oxygen will aerate a wine and allow its bouquet, its aromatics, and its deepest, darkest flavors to come to the forefront.
So Wendy, I've got a question. So I'm walking through a wine store. People always say, you know, you should lay wines down, you forget about them, you know, pop them 5 years from now, 10 years from now. I've often heard that 95, 96%, 97% of all wine that, not all wine, but most wine that you're going to find in a retail store is actually drink now to 3 years from now. Because it's actually going through that apex. You know, you're going to get it when it's bottled, you go through the shock period, then it starts kind of climaxing, you're looking for the acidity and the alcohol and the fruit to kind of find that balance, and then it peaks, and then it starts going down. So, you know, a lot of times when I'm walking through the wine store, if I want to pick up a $10 bottle, should I lay that down for 15 years? Probably not. Probably not, because it goes back to what I said. Did the winemaker intend for this to be an ageable wine? And usually, if you're in the lower price point, these are consume me now, consume me now. But it is a very hard question to answer. True. Because winemakers are incented by what? Money. Cha-ching. And you have the angel share as a winemaker because you have 3.5 to 4 years of growing the grapes, and then you have time in the barrel, and then time in the bottle. Time in the bottle. And then you release it, and hopefully your distributors and your wholesalers are doing a kick-ass job, and they're pimping your product, and you're making money. And if that's 3, 4, 5 years, that's money you're not getting. So winemakers are incented to put a wine in the bottle that you will drink right now and be happy with. Mm-hmm. That doesn't mean that if you laid it down for a couple of years, it might not be better. Mm-hmm. But it doesn't mean that it will get better, because they're like, oh, I was just trying to put this wine up. Now, in the higher dollar, higher prestige, known labels, they have a track record of saying, look, don't drink me for 5 years, don't drink me for 20 years, don't drink me for 25. These are French wines, generally some Italians. Some Italians. And I'm like, well, I don't have that kind of patience. So, usually the case is, if it's available to drink, you can drink it now. And you sometimes will err on the side of drinking it too early. But I still go back. This is my third go around. We drank this one too late because the fruit is a little pruny for me. And I think that this winemaker should have told me, don't save this bad boy, just drink it. But it's Cabernet from California. Why would it not hold on for 5 years? Because it just doesn't. Yeah, and I agree. That's what I like. Actually, I'm finding this wine surprisingly pleasant. It's not rocking my world. I'm not writing home about it. This is probably, if I'm having a party or if I'm having friends over for dinner, this is probably my 4th bottle that I open, because, you know, I'm not really expecting a whole lot from it. But aren't you getting something where it tastes more like Zin? That is so ripe I do. And aged? I do, but also the cherry, I think, still hanging around. And, that's true. You say prune, I say dried plum. And you know, we get Samantha's tomato, all that, but in the long run, it's not dead in the bottle. There's still some kind of little bubbles happening in there. Just kidding. It's not a double fermentation. No, it is drinkable, and I think that 4X thing is blown off, which happens when you first put a glass in there. You know, if we decanted this, it would have been a little bit different. But from our perspective, interesting wine. Not a showstopper by any means. Do you remember what this one costs? $20 maybe? Yeah, so price to quality ratio, probably not worth that. I bought it at the winery. Well, but this when I was in Napa. Yeah, Priest Ranch, so I'm sure he bought the fruit. Well, that was the best wine they had when I tasted it there. So you probably paid $28. Because the tasting was, I might have paid a little more. The tasting was not all that good. So we actually expect to be a little disappointed by this one, and it actually has come through. And we would drink this, and we would pour it for some friends. It's normal but not special. Well, I would drink this over Yellowtail. I would drink this over... Well, it's $20 or something, you know? Which usually is not really a big indicator. He'll drink the wine in the Happy Wine Room. I will. Yes, yes. Where's our spit bucket, by the way? That will be coming in episode 3. Thank you for watching episode 2 of HappyWineGuy.com TV.
I'm the Happy Wine Guy. I'm here with Barbecue, Craig
Yep.
Cut, and to yours and yours, salute.
Salute.
Can't believe this shit's in my mouth.
Tell you what, he impressed me. I'm not a big fan of this winemaker.
You can take that one
whatsoever.
home. Yeah.
No.
Sucks.